To see is an audio drama production of Bayonetta vs. Sora. We originally wanted to bring this to you as an animation, but due to some circumstances out of our control, that's just not going to be able to happen. That said, I hope that you'll still treat this as just as legitimate of an episode of Smash Bracket. There was still just as much work put into the writing of it and to the planning of it, and so yeah, I hope you enjoy. If you like audio drama versus series, I'm going to link to the series of our musician in the description down below. That is all they do. They also make music, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the episode. Kick back, grab your Scooby-Doo mug, and let's get into it.
In the world that never was, the memory skyscraper pierces the starless sky in front of a heart-shaped moon. Its colossal screens flicker with scenes of past battles, their images dancing across the faces of surrounding buildings. The eerie glow bathes the sprawling urban landscape in a wash of otherworldly light, transforming the city into a dazzling tapestry of memories. Sora races towards the towering skyscraper, his footsteps echoing in the empty streets. His eyes dart frantically from shadow to shadow, sensing the changed atmosphere of impending conflict. Despite this, his jaw is set in determination. Without warning, a thunderous crack splits the air. Sora's gaze snaps upward, his eyes widening. Above the jagged skyline, a fissure of crackling energy rips through the fabric of reality, its edges pulsing with an ominous, otherworldly light as a knocking penetrates the air. From the peak of the skyscraper, a figure emerges, descending with sultry grace in a stylish white dress. Her movements are fluid, yet precise, each step calculated. Powerful. This is Bayonetta, a witch of legendary power whose eyes lock onto Sora.
Well, well, dearie. Isn't this a surprise? I came to investigate that incessant knocking, and then here you are. Do you have any idea what's going on here, little one?
Well, this is the world that never was. Or at least it used to be. But I don't know what that is.
Something, or someone, is trying to break through. But it's nothing I can't handle. Run along now.
I can help, though.
Oh, little one, you'll only get in the way. Besides, I'm a big girl. I can handle this myself.
We'll be stronger together. I can prove myself. Just let me show you. Then we deal with whatever's happening together.
Well, it seems that knocking isn't going away anytime soon, is it? I suppose I've got some time. Fine, let's see what you've got. But remember, when I win, you get out of here.
Sora summons his Ultima weapon. The air around him shimmers and distorts, culminating in a brilliant flash of light that momentarily outshines the city's neon glow. As the light fades, the legendary Keyblade materializes in his grasp. Beneath the fractured sky, Sora and Bayonetta square off. 3, 2, 1, go. Sora lunges forward, his Keyblade a blur of motion, but Bayonetta, with supernatural speed, twists away from the attack. Her movement is so fluid, so perfectly timed that it appears she's simply phased through Sora's strike, leaving him momentarily off balance and vulnerable. Bayonetta seizes Sora's momentum and pulls him into an impromptu waltz. Her lead is confident, almost mocking.
Did your mummy never teach you how to dance with a lady?
As she guides him through steps that are equal parts dance and combat, Sora struggles against her grip as he tries to break free from this unexpected turn of events. Bayonetta delivers a swift kick into Sora's gut. At the moment of impact, a massive spectral limb, the manifestation of her demon ally Madama Butterfly, appears behind her, amplifying her attack. Sora is sent hurtling backward, tumbling through the air. Regaining his footing, Sora channels his power into a chilling spell.
Deep freeze!
A barrage of ice shards explode toward Bayonetta. The witch contorts her body, narrowly avoiding the brunt of the attack.
Can't touch me!
But even her supernatural agility isn't enough to escape unscathed. The ice slashes through her dress. The fabric tears in slow motion until a new, skin-tight outfit materializes. With a flick of her hair and a knowing smirk, she strikes a pose so dramatic, it seems to bend the very environment around her into a spotlight.
Let's dance, boy!
Red energy vines appear, trying to ensnare Sora. Bayonetta shoots a spray of bullets in the shape of a heart, but Sora counters with a wind spell, freeing himself and deflecting Bayonetta's bullets inexplicably in the shape of Mickey Mouse's head. In slow motion, Bayonetta dives through the reflected bullets. The chain chomp appears around Bayonetta's ankle as she engages Sora in close combat.
Already tuckered out?
Get real! Look who's winning!
Sora summons a train made of neon lights that charges towards Bayonetta. She leaps, landing gracefully on top as it soars upward.
Nice try.
The battle intensifies as Sora and Bayonetta continue their magical duel, neither willing to back down. The city below becomes a blur of lights, the combatants' determination matched only by the spectacular display of their abilities. The scene becomes even more chaotic as a second flying train joins the fray, summoned by Bayonetta. The two locomotives dance around each other, ascending alongside the towering memory skyscraper. Explosions bloom in the air around them, and magical fireworks paint the sky in a kaleidoscope of colors, each burst illuminating the fierce expressions of the dueling warriors.
Thunder!
A massive bolt of lightning suddenly arcs down from the fractured sky, its searing light momentarily turning night to day. At the very last instant, Bayonetta twists, the electricity missing her by a hair's breadth.
Can't touch me.
The air crackles in her wake. She activates Witch Time, causing the world around her to slow to a crawl, colors inverting, reality itself seeming to bend to her will. With supernatural speed, she leaps from her train, unsheathing her katana, Shiraba. Shiraba flashes once, twice, a dozen times in the blink of an eye. As Witch Time fades and normal speed resumes, the full extent of her attack becomes clear. Sora's train has been sliced clean through in multiple places, the cuts so precise they're almost beautiful. For a split second, the locomotive hangs suspended in the air, then explodes in a spectacular ball of fire and magical energy, inexplicably forming the shape of a broken heart. Sora barely manages to escape the blast, the heat of the explosion singeing his clothes as he tumbles through the air. Bayonetta lands on the underside of a floating skyscraper. Turning to face Sora, a challenging smirk forms on her lips as she beckons him with a taunting motion. Accepting the challenge, Sora takes flight, his keyblade a blur of motion, while Bayonetta leaps from piece to piece of floating debris. Each landing is perfect, each jump timed to the millisecond, turning the scattered remnants of their destructive battle into an ever-shifting arena. As the battle wages, Sora's relentless assault begins to overwhelm Bayonetta. With a final powerful swing, Sora breaks through, sending Bayonetta plummeting downward. She crashes into a floating platform, the impact sending cracks spiderwebbing across its surface. Delighted by the advantage, Sora pulls out his gummy phone, attempting to snap a victory selfie with the fallen Bayonetta in the background.
Jeez!
But even in defeat, the Umbra Witch is stylish as hell. As the camera flashes, Sora's triumphant grin turns to shock. Bayonetta's no longer sprawled on the ground, but posing dramatically behind him, photobombing his moment of glory with a wink and a peace sign. Devious. Bayonetta's playful moment is short-lived. With a graceful backflip, she lands atop another floating skyscraper.
Now, let's make things exciting. Ha!
In a display of impossible strength, she drives her heel into the building's foundation. The entire structure groans, then hustles through the air like a colossal projectile. For a heart-stopping moment, Sora disappears behind the oncoming building, seemingly crushed by its immense bulk. But then, a brilliant light erupts from within the structure. From the wreckage emerges Sora, transformed into his ultimate form. Multiple keyblades orbit around him like a constellation of power, their metallic surfaces reflecting the surrounding chaos. Sora's counterattack is swift and merciless. His circling keyblades become a whirlwind of destruction, each one striking with incomparable force. Bayonetta is overwhelmed. The barrage culminates in a massive fire spell, the air itself igniting. The resulting explosion sends Bayonetta hurtling, her body leaving a trail of smoke as she plummets. As Bayonetta crashes into the ground, leaving a sizable crater, she smirks as she gets to her feet.
You've handled yourself quite well, little one. But you aren't the only one putting their heart into this battle.
Bayonetta tears her own heart from her chest, beginning a powerful summoning ritual.
Do-i a Bayonetta, Nilada, Komsela, Odo Anana El, Turbsi Babylon Zonek Chow Fiberzog, Farfenis!
The sky darkens further as Queen Butterfly, an enormous and intimidating demonic entity, materializes above the battlefield. Her presence is overwhelming, blotting out what little light remains. Great wings unfurl, each movement causing gusts of wind that threaten to topple the remaining buildings. As Sora charges forward, Keyblade poised to strike, Bayonetta activates Witch Time, the world around her slowing to a crawl.
I think it's past your bedtime. Let me tuck you in.
She sidesteps Sora's attack, his blade passing through the space she occupied mere milliseconds ago. In the same fluid motion, Bayonetta summons an enormous spectral hammer. As time snaps back to normal speed, she brings the massive weapon down upon Sora with devastating force. The impact sends shockwaves rippling through the air, the ground beneath them cracking under the sheer power of the blow. Above the battle, Queen Butterfly's eyes blaze. The demonic entity unleashes a beam of energy that threatens to obliterate everything in its path. Sora, battered but not beaten, summons every ounce of his strength. His multiple Keyblades begin to spin around him at dizzying speeds, creating a shield. The purple beam collides with this makeshift defense, the two forces locked in a spectacular struggle. The air crackles with conflicting energies as Sora strains against the overwhelming power, his feet sliding back inch by inch. In a moment of desperate inspiration, Sora channels his power into a time spell of his own.
Stop!
Bayonetta is frozen in place. Seizing his chance, Sora focuses all his power into this Keyblade. A beam of pure, radiant light erupts from its tip, striking the immobilized Bayonetta. The blast is so intense that Queen Butterfly, caught in its periphery, shrieks and vanishes in a puff of dark smoke. As the light fades, Bayonetta, freed from the time stop but overwhelmed by the attack, falls to the ground. Two figures approach.
Sora, are you okay?
We came as fast as we could. Are you in trouble?
I'm okay, guys. Don't worry.
I admit it. You're better than I thought. Now, what is your plan with the rift?
See if whoever comes through is friendly.
Well, we'll see.
Our heroes stand ready, unsure of what new challenges await them. Game.